114, it's only 113 that has an A. And why is that A missing? Because there are other pillars that they didn't tell us was missing. Why is 113 missing? That is the only. Why is it that it's the only one that it has an A and it is the only one that is missing? I am not a surveyor, but I want to know. International boundaries, international maritime laws tells us that boundaries, especially maritime boundaries, they are not just by the river. You use the deepest part. The deepest part of the river, the deepest part of the creek is where the boundary is. I am not from Boki. I don't know the river you are talking about. But if there is anything different from what international understanding says, then we need to know more. Between River State and Abia State is Imo River. That is the boundary. Between River State and Akwa Ibom, it is Imo River. That is the boundary. I have my brothers in Akwa Ibom State. The Eastern Obolo people, the Mbo people, the Ibonobo, they are Andoni people, but because of the river, they are on the other side. And we have not dragged ourselves to say, no, because there's one pillar, 113A, missing somewhere, that the boundary has to go there. How many boundaries are straight lines? How many boundaries are straight lines? If, for whatever reason, mistakes have been made, we should be gracious enough to admit that we have made a mistake. You talked buried around that environment. So graves of who? I think graves of Cameroonians or graves of Germans. You're talking about 1961 plebiscite. So as at 1960, Nigeria was independent. Nigeria had no map. We didn't have an idea of where our land stopped when we were asking for independence. Or we used another man's property to demand for independence and we were given. So there are certain things that I don't seem to understand. On the issue of abandonment, neglect, you are correct, sir. I am an Andoni man from River State. We contribute close to 20% of the oil revenue. Close to 20% of the oil revenue. From Amni to Tagekogo, to Gina, to Amenamkono, to all the facilities of health around that environment. As I speak with you, nothing. Nothing. No lights, no road, no water. So if we, with all this wealth that we contribute monthly, they come to share in Abuja, will tell you that we have been neglected. I will not have much doubt if you tell me you're also neglected. Because when you were saying that somebody was busy telling me it's not true, that is the person's business. I speak truth as much as I know. Madam Chair, I wish I would have the opportunity to listen to the responses of whether even in Nigerian states we have ceased using rivers and creeks as boundaries. I would have loved to know.